Hello everyone, my name is Steven and I am a first year dental student. This has been a video that I've wanted to make for a long time, just talking about my experience interviewing at the school that I would end up going to. I am a first year dental student at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center in Memphis. I have a lot of valuable insights, I think they're valuable, about my experience in getting into UT and sort of the process that I went through and sort of tips and tricks that I have. So I had this plan for the day, and it was essentially that I was going to go out and make this cool intro outside, walk to the nearest coffee shop, get a nice coffee, and do like a cool intro sequence. Unfortunately, it's about as gray as it could possibly get outside, and the coffee shop that I was going to go to is closed. So that calls for a little bit of a coffee making intro in the apartment itself. So let's do this. Tasty. So 1 year ago today, I started this YouTube journey up again after kind of starting originally and then giving it a break for a while. And I uploaded my first video, which was me discussing my interview process at UT. That was 1 year ago, and a lot has changed since that point in time. So in this video, I want to talk about what I've learned about life, YouTube, creation, and all these topics over the past year in my time at creating YouTube videos. But it doesn't feel right doing this in my kitchen, so let's head to the desk and make a video. So what has this YouTube process taught me? Well, the first item on this list of things, because I love creating lists, is that consistency is king. This is something that you hear anytime you watch something like a Think Media video or one of those channels that's promoting how to grow on YouTube. The first thing that people always say is that consistency on YouTube and creating videos consistently and often is the best metric for growing. And I always doubted this. I always thought that this wasn't true, but in my experience over the past year, this is exactly the truth of the matter. Now, the quality of your content is very, very important, and that's something I'm gonna talk about here in a second. But consistency is really the number one thing that YouTube enjoys seeing out of its content creators. And so if growing on YouTube is something that you're interested in, the best way to go about it is to put out videos consistently. There are exceptions to this rule. There are certain YouTubers who have like 10 videos and have millions of subscribers. One of the ones that I can immediately think of is a guy by the name of Samuel Suresh, who most of you have probably seen his videos. He got really, really big just making some videos about his gorgeous iPad notes, and his videos have millions of views and he's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but he doesn't do it very consistently. And once again, he is a complete exception to the rule here. Another person that I think of in this regard is sort of the opposite, and that is Ali Abdaal. Obviously, Ali Abdaal is closing in now, I think, on 3 million subscribers, but it wasn't just 10 videos that did it for him. He openly talks about very often the fact that it took him probably 100 videos just to get to any sort of reasonable number of subscribers. And since then, I think he's put out like thousands at this point. So really just that compounding over time has been one of the major factors in his growth. Now, of all of the people watching this video, there are very few of you who are probably thinking about starting your own YouTube channel. And so this is probably not super interesting for you, but how can this topic be relatable for you in your life? Consistency on YouTube is just like consistency in any other thing that we want to be good at in life. When it comes to dental school, I can't do well on a test unless I'm consistent with my Anki cards, and I've experienced that very recently, in fact. If I don't go in early in a test period and start making my cards and then consistently study them every single day, I'm going to not perform very well on my exams, despite the fact that I've made good Anki cards and I've spent all this time preparing in that way. I need to actually go in every single day and learn the material. In sports, something that I did for many, many years as a younger person and miss greatly actually, you can't get good unless you practice every single day and put in that work. It's honestly just one of those life lessons that we can't get around. And so when it comes to like this process on YouTube, it really has been something that has reassured and reaffirmed for me the value of being consistent in your endeavors and just what that can do for you. So I've pushed myself to try and make a video a week, and I've made sure that this didn't sacrifice the quality of my work. I just really wanted to stay consistent with this endeavor. I didn't want to go about it in sort of a half-ass way, excuse my French. I wanted to really commit to it and just see where it would take me. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I mentioned quality here a few times, so that's actually the second point of this discussion of the things that I've learned over the past year, and that is quality to a point. The single thing that makes me most proud about my YouTube channel and what I do here is my constant search for quality in my videos. I talk about this all the time, but I love working with a camera. I love working with a mic. I'm a video nerd. I'm a video editing and photo editing nerd. And so every time I sit down to create a video, I constantly challenge myself to take one little tiny step forward in the betterment of my content. So this is in the form of learning the video skills, like learning how to use the camera, learning about the different settings of both video and audio. And it's also in the physical form of the gear. So you wouldn't notice this, but I've been constantly upgrading my video gear setup over the past year. And I went from an old DSLR camera and an old mic to now a video setup with a really nice camera, a couple of different lenses that allow me to do multiple different things, a microphone setup that can get the audio close to my face and work quite well. They can also record into an external recorder. And now, most recently, I actually now have a gimbal, which is allowing me to do these cool tracking shots with movement, and it's just upping the quality of my video. And I think the endeavor of making quality content is a noble one, but I think that you should never sacrifice putting things out for the sake of quality. When I first started making videos, I thought they were really good. I thought they looked really good, sounded really good. In reality, they very much didn't, at least to my current standards. And that's something that every single creator experiences, some more so than others, but everybody gets better just by doing it over time. And so if you force yourself at the beginning to have this crazy high level Peter McKinnon quality in your videos, you're never gonna end up putting anything out. So focus on quality to a point, try to push yourself to get better, but don't ever not post a video or post content because you don't think that it matches the same quality of other people out there. If you keep doing it consistently over time, you will get better and your quality will surprise you when you look back. The third thing on this list of things that I've learned over the past year is that numbers can consume. YouTube is a very analytical app. It shows us all sorts of numbers on the back end. We can see how many people are watching our videos. We can see for how long they're watching, how many of them are subscribed, how many aren't. Subscribe, by the way. We can see where our audience is from, what time of the week they watch. We can see how long they watch each individual video and how each video compares to other videos that we put out. There's just a ridiculous amount of analytics on the back end of every single YouTuber's YouTube page. And these numbers can consume us. When I was on my quest for 1,000 subscribers to be monetized on YouTube, I basically checked my analytics every single day, and I was super into watching the numbers and making sure that I was still growing in my subscribers and in my watch time and all of that. And while I don't think I was ever fully consumed by this process, I definitely think I got to a point where I cared a little bit too much about the numbers. And to spin that as a positive, it did push me to keep creating, it pushed me to continue to be consistent. But I think that this relationship between the creator and the creator platform should be one that's a little bit more organic and a little bit more honest. We should do this because we honestly love it. We love the creator process. We love putting out content. And we also love interacting with the audience that we're able to build through this process. And I can say with full honesty today that that is really where I'm at with this whole thing. I genuinely enjoy doing this. It is my favorite hobby that I've had in a long time. And it's something that I just keep doing, not because of the numbers anymore, but because it's something now that has become part of my life. I want to see where it goes, and I want to continue to meet each and every one of you and to see the small impacts that I can have in your lives and in your processes. My advice is to never get too consumed by these numbers. Do it because you love it and because you get that crazy butterfly feeling in your stomach when you put out a video. Don't do it because you want to grow in numbers or money or anything else like that. Because any endeavor that we do in life for those surface outcomes is going to be something that isn't done for the right reason, and it's going to lead us down the wrong path in the long run. Now, the last thing that I've learned in this year of creating videos consistently on YouTube is that impact is invaluable. So I am a dental student YouTuber. That's what I do. That's the majority of my content. And I've been blessed now to see 1 full year essentially of dental students going through the process of admissions, going for pre-dental students, all the way to now first-year dental students. And I've been blessed to be able to interact with a lot of students who have told me that they watched my videos last year and that helped them through the application process, the interview process, going through that big waiting period where you don't know what's gonna happen. And now they're D1s and they're doing all the same things that I've been talking about in my videos over the past year. And I truly can't explain how gratifying this has been for me to actually see the impact that I've had on people that most of which I'll never meet, but people that I truly am happy to touch in this way. Sometimes I feel like what I do here isn't all that special, and maybe it isn't, but when I have people message me and tell me that my videos really motivated them to study and motivated them to get through hard times, and now they are in that position where they wanted to be, that makes me really happy because that's honestly something that I always wanted to do. It's the true impact that multiple creators had on me when I was a pre-dental student, and it's something that I hope to do for many years for all of the people that watch my videos. You can put a numerical value on a YouTube channel. You can put a number on how many subscribers they have, how many views they get a month, how much money or revenue they bring in, but you can't put a number on the impact that a YouTube channel can have. And though my YouTube channel is still very small here, I think that in the long run, the channel could have quite a bit of impact on generations of students and people in general moving forward. I think that God gave me a small gift to be able to work with a camera and to be able to kind of tell a story with a video. And I think that I would be remiss if I didn't use this going forward and use it for good. And that's something that I have pledged to do. So hopefully you want to stay in and stay along for the ride. I'm sure there will be people who come and go on this channel, but I honestly appreciate all of you who have been a part of this process over the past year and the few of you who are a part of the process even before the past year. You honestly are what makes this possible for me, and I really, really appreciate that. For those of you who are still watching, I do have something that I want to plug. This is something that I'm very proud of and very just like happy to see happening because I think it's really cool. And that is a video that my good pal, Jack Hahn, recently released on his very own YouTube channel. Listen guys, Jack is a beast and he's honestly doing tons of good things for pre-dental students out there. And I want you guys to all see that. I imagine most of you who are subscribed to my channel are familiar with Jack Hahn. But I want you to check out his new video talking about difficult dental school interview questions that you might receive in your dental school interview, because he asked me a question and I gave a video answer along with Jasmine and Joel, 2 other amazing dentistry YouTubers. So check that video out. It's a really good video, very informative. I wish I had had that video before I did my own dental school interview, and you'll see your boy in that wonderful Jack Hahn video. So check that out. The link will be in my description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of this process over the past year. And here's to another wonderful year on this platform. Hopefully YouTube is around for another year. I'm sure it will be. I don't think it's going anywhere. But that's that, guys. As I always say, I'll see you in the next one.